welcome to my channel. I've been wanting to start a BookTube for the longest time and it's finally here. So before we get going into the video, I'm going to take a minute to introduce myself first and to promote all my socials. My name is Laura and I'm a Spanish photographer, so therefore you'll be seeing lots of other content too in this channel. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok and Goodreads. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the books I read from January to July this year and discussing them. Starting off January, I must stand out the Caraval Trilogy by Stephanie Garber. I love this trilogy so much and it was so much better than I first expected. Once the game started, I literally couldn't stop reading, and if I could give these books more than 5 stars, I definitely would. In February, I'm just gonna go with Death of Thieves Duology by Mary A. Pearson. I just think that the betrayal, the angst, and the anger in these books is amazing. And if you're debating whether it's starting this duology or not, just do it. In March, I read a lot of books from my local library, but these two were the ones I liked the most. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I started this book crying and I ended it crying, and honestly, those are the best kind of books. I also read We Begin at the End by Whitaker. This is a must read if you're into crime, mystery, drama, thrillers. It's such a great book and it's so beautifully written. It also allows you to feel everything the main characters are feeling and empathize with them. In April, I had the opportunity to read an advanced reader copy of Miss Perfectly Fine by Callaghan. I'd be lying if I said I didn't read half of the book in one sitting. It has an amazing storyline, amazing characters, amazing ending, and the perfect amount of drama. This was a very sweet and fun book to read with a great representation of chronic pain, which was very well written. In May, I read The 60-40 Rule by Ellie Wilde and Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington. The 60-40 Rule by Ellie Wilde is a slow burn, enemies to lovers wordplay romance between a sunshine commercial designer and her grumpy client. It has a healthy dose of spice and a happily ever after, and also the chemistry between the main characters is amazing. And Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington. When I finished reading this book, I was speechless, and I absolutely adore this book. I don't think I have ever cried this much with a book, honestly. June was a really good month, and I read a lot of amazing books, but I'm just going to seek out these 3. Black Sheep by Brynne and Alexa Harlowe. As someone who loved the Mindfuck series and read them several times, it's refreshing finding more books with the same kind of vibe. The Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. This is obviously a must-read. The tropes are enemies to lovers, small-town romance, forced proximity, plus banter and spice. And In a Jam by Kate Canterbury, the chemistry between Shay and Noah was amazing since the very beginning. And even though the storyline felt a bit repetitive towards the second half of the book, I really liked the end. And at last, in July, I read the Anti-Heroes in Love Duet by Gianna Darling. This duet is an enemies to lovers forbidden romance between an ice-cold lawyer and her infamous mafia boss client, who is on trial for murder. This book is just the perfect slow burn. I also read Anastasia by Sophie Lark. This book was alright. I'm not usually into historical fantasy novels, but this one really blew me away and I cried a lot. Plus, the illustrations in it are amazing. If you've come this far, thank you so much for watching my first ever BookTube video, and I hope you enjoyed it and subscribe.